Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make a Mad Max bracelet, like one of these ones here. And you can make them with 550, which is the traditional style, and you can also make them with these micro cords, micro paracord as well, which are quite nice for kids or ladies, a bit like this one here. Okay, so what you're going to need is, I'm making a Mad Max bracelet to fit a man's size, which is around about 8-inch wrist. So I've got 10 feet of paracord, and what you're going to do is you're going to fold that in half, and then you're going to allow around about 9 inches of extra overhang, and then we're going to add on the 8 inches for the wrist size. So you're going to get a texture, and at that 8-inch point you're going to make a mark on your cord, and that's where you're going to start braiding. So that's your mark there, and what you're going to do is you're going to fold down the other 2 pieces of cord at that point there, and this is how you're going to start. So the piece on your right hand side is going to go across the centre of your cord. The piece on your left hand side is going to go over the top of that cord and then up the back through that loop, and that's the start of your bracelet. And you can see those texture marks there. We'll just bring them down a little bit so that they won't be able to be seen. And then what you're going to do is now you're going to take the left hand piece of paracord over the centre 2 strands. The right hand piece is going to go over the top of that and up the back through that loop. So now what you're going to do is you're going to pull that really tight, and these loops you're just going to pull each strand down a little bit so that the loop's not too big, because you're going to put the end of your paracord back through those loops at the end. So you want just enough room to put them through. And then what you're going to do is you're going to keep going with your braid. So now the right hand piece comes across the centre, left hand piece goes over the top of that and up the back and out the other side. Okay, so then the left hand side comes over, the right hand side goes over that and up the back. Okay, so just keep continuing, and I'll check back with you once I've got the... Okay, so we've done as much weaving as I want to do, which is around about 8 inches. So what you do now is you cut off each side reasonably close to the weave, and you're going to melt those. Now you can either leave that like that, or you can squish that onto there, which just makes sure that it's never going to come undone. Let's stop that for a second. Okay, so once you've melted the sides of your cut-off point, you're going to cut this loop right at the centre point, and you're going to just give that a tiny bit of a melt, because we need to get that through those holes where we started. So just a little bit of a melt, and try to squash that as flat as you can. Another little melt. If these don't fit through, you can always use a fib to tie on the end. First way is to use your fib and to just screw that piece of cord into the thread on your fib, and then it goes through the hole at the end of the loop. So that's one. And the other way is you can just use the flattened piece, which sometimes can take a little bit longer just to push this. So let's just take it a little bit fiddly. So we've got that one through there. Okay, so once you've got that through the loops, then what you want to do is you want to make the knot on the end of the bracelet. So you put those 2 strands on either side of your middle finger, and then you take the right hand strand and you give it a twist, and that sits like that. Then you get this strand here, and you pull that up through the centre. Okay, so then this same strand goes underneath the other strand, and then it goes underneath that loop. Okay, so you just hold that and you pull each side of either strand. Okay, and you'll see there's a little diamond shaped hole in the centre. Now you want to just make sure that you get those strands even on the rest of your bracelet. So what you do, the strand that's up here near your thumb, it's going to come down underneath that strand that's on the right hand side of your finger, and then it's going to go up through the hole in the centre. Okay, now this strand on this side that's left, it's going to come around past the other strand that's down on one side of your finger, and then it's going to come up the centre into that hole as well. Okay, so occasionally you'll get one loop that's not quite tight, so you just get that loop that's loose and you follow it around, and you just keep pulling that tight, and that will eventually come up through the centre. Okay, so that's your knot on the end of your bracelet, and then you just cut off the ends of that and give that a melt. Make sure that's got a really good lot of heat there, because you want to squish that down onto the bracelet so that it can't ever come undone. Okay, so they're nicely melted. You can either leave it like that and they'll just set hard, or you can push it down onto your bracelet as well, which will also stop it from coming undone. And then that's your bracelet. Thank you.